Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Luxury Auto Reviews. Today, we're diving deep into something truly special at the all-new 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser 70 series. Yes, you heard that right. Toyota's legendary workhorse has been updated once again, and while it stays true to its roots, there's a lot going on under the skin that makes this one of the most interesting vehicles Toyota has brought out in recent years. Exterior now, if you're a fan of rugged 4x4s that care more about capability than comfort, you probably already have a soft spot for the Land Cruiser 70. This thing is a cultural icon, especially in Australia, Africa, and the Middle East. Farmers love it, military and aid groups swear by it, overlanders dream of it, and now, in 2026, it's been refined in just the right ways without losing that classic charm. So, starting with the first impressions, the 2026 Land Cruiser 70 still looks like a machine that means business. From the front, Toyota hasn't strayed far from the boxy, utilitarian look that's defined the 70 series for decades. You've still got the upright grille, those round halogen headlights that proudly refuse to go LED, and the traditional horizontal slats. There's a bit more refinement in the lines, a subtle touch of modernization, but nothing that feels out of place. The hood has a slight bulge now, not too aggressive, but enough to give it a little attitude. And down low, there's a strong steel bumper that's ready for the outback, or wherever your journey takes you. It's all function over form, and that's exactly what fans of this model love. Moving to the side profile, it's business as usual, and that's a good thing. The 2026 model keeps those flat body panels, squared-off wheel arches, and simple lines that make it easy to repair and accessorize. Toyota has kept the high ground clearance, solid axles, and body-on-frame construction as the fundamentals of this vehicle haven't changed. You'll notice a few subtle updates in the side mirrors, and maybe a slightly cleaner finish along the seams, but otherwise, it's the same tough, slab-sided silhouette. Depending on the configuration, you can go for the single cab, double cab, or wagon body styles. Steel wheels come standard, of course they do, and they're wrapped in serious off-road rubber that's ready for rocks, sand, mud, you name it. Around the back, the story's much the same. It's basic, but it works. The rear tailgate on the wagon version opens in a barn door style, while the pickup variants have a more traditional drop-down tailgate. The taillights are mounted low and recessed to avoid trail damage, and the bumper is a solid metal unit that doubles as a step. Toyota includes tow hooks and trailer connections as standard because they know most buyers aren't here to pose, they're here to haul. A rear-mounted spare wheel completes the look, and if anything, this rear end is a reminder that Toyota's not trying to chase trends, they're trying to build a tool you can rely on. Interior: step inside, and you're greeted with what is possibly the most honest interior on the market in 2026. It's simple, tough, and designed to be used. The dashboard layout is largely unchanged, but there have been some ergonomic improvements. The materials are still durable plastics and no soft-touch nonsense here, but the build quality feels solid, and everything is right where it should be. For 2026, Toyota has actually added a few modern touches, like a small touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's nothing flashy, but it does the job. Air conditioning is now standard across the range, and the updated seats offer better support for long-distance drives. The gauge cluster has been slightly revised with a digital screen in the center, giving you important off-road data like pitch and roll angles, fuel economy, and 4WD status. Storage is surprisingly good, with large door bins, a decent glove box, and even a few extra cubbies around the cabin. Visibility is excellent thanks to the high seating position and massive windows. And yes, the manual windows and locks are still available on some trims, which is honestly kind of refreshing. The focus here isn't luxury, it's durability and dependability. Performance now, under the hood, is where things get really interesting. For 2026, Toyota has introduced a new powertrain option, a 2.8-liter four-cylinder turbo diesel, the same reliable engine used in the Hilux and Prado. It puts out around 201 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Yes, that's right, the 70 series finally has an automatic gearbox as standard in some models, which is going to make it far more appealing for fleet buyers and people who do a lot of towing or city driving. For purists, the legendary 4.5-liter V8 turbo diesel is still available in select markets, though it may be phased out in coming years due to emissions. That engine is a torque monster, and it's built for extreme durability in harsh environments. Regardless of which engine you go for, you're getting full-time four-wheel drive with low-range gearing, front and rear locking differentials, and massive axle articulation. It's the kind of vehicle that will climb mountains, cross deserts, and keep going long after modern SUVs have tapped out on the road. The ride quality is better than expected for something this rugged. It's still a bit bouncy when unladen, and there's some body roll in corners, but that's par for the course with a ladder frame chassis and solid axles. What's impressive is how composed it feels at highway speeds, especially with the newer automatic transmission. Off-road, it's a beast. The 70 series can tackle just about anything you throw at it. Deep water crossings, steep inclines, rutted trails, all handled with ease. It's not about speed, it's about control and reliability, and in that regard, this vehicle is unmatched. Fuel economy isn't the strong point, but that's not why you buy a Land Cruiser 70. With the 4-cylinder diesel, you can expect around 10 to 11 liters per 100 kilometers depending on load and terrain. With the V8, it's closer to 13 to 15 liters. But again, when you consider what this vehicle is built for, a remote travel, hauling gear, towing trailers, those numbers are acceptable. As for pricing, the 2026 Land Cruiser 70 isn't cheap, but it's not overpriced for what you're getting. In Australia, the base model starts around $80,000 and can climb to over $100,000 for the top spec dual cab with accessories. That may sound steep, but keep in mind this is a vehicle that holds its value incredibly well and can last decades with basic maintenance. For many buyers, this isn't a car, it's an investment. To wrap it up, the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser 70 stays true to its heritage while making just enough modern updates to stay relevant. It's not trying to be a luxury SUV, and thank goodness for that. It's built for people who need their vehicle to be dependable, capable, and ready for anything. Whether you're heading into the bush, crossing continents, or just want one of the most iconic 4x4s on the planet, the new 70 series is still one of the best tools for the job. If you're in the market for something that puts function over fashion, that's designed to last, and that will get you there and back without drama, the Land Cruiser 70 is still the king of the Outback. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about the 2026 update. Would you go for the 4-cylinder automatic or stick with the classic V8? I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to Luxury Auto Reviews.